Good evening. I'm going to start off in Shiko dachi. So step out into Shiko dachi. Push your knees out and pull back Uruzuki. I'm only showing a few here, but do as many as you want to get the technique right into the stomach region. Short punch. For orange belts and up, Uruzuki with a snap now. Use your body to get that snap out. Triple punch. If you are white belt, you can do a double punch. If you are orange belt and up, double punch, brown belt, triple punch. Do as many as you want. Let your body learn it. Gerunuke, down block. Fist up to the ear. Use both your arms, especially that pullback. Get the pullback and the blocking arm to finish at the same time. Blocking combination. We did the other day. Agiuke, Churunuke, Gerunuke. Use your pullback each time. Finish each block. You might want to spend 15 minutes on the Shiko exercises. And I'm just showing you what to do. It's up to you to do as many combinations as you feel fit to improve on the technique. Now an Uraken Uchi. Remember using the back of the fist, the first two knuckles in the strike. If you're a colored belt, use a double technique. Usually done to the temple and then chest height. Ko-uke. It's not for an ungraded this one, but you can try it anyway. Your ko-uke is a wrist block. It's already used in Geki Saraichi, the second kata. Now to the chest level. Ko-uke, wrist block, and then palm heel block is on the inside. Do as many of these as you need to improve on the technique. Now the combination. Ko-uke, Chudan, and then Geran, palm heel blocks. Orange belts, blue belts, brown belts can do all of that. Geran Barai. Try not to cut the technique. One smooth movement. Right, now our techniques used in Ippon Kumite. Defending against one attack. And we're using here the long stance or Zenkutsu dachi to move out the way of any attack from face, chest or stomach level. Use the outside leg to move out the way into Zenkutsu dachi. Once you get your foot and leg out the way, then your hip will follow. We're going to add a agiuke or face block to that. The attack is a punch to the face. We're moving out the way in Zenkutsu and adding a agi-uke or a face block. Practice that. Practice it until you've got it. Now we're adding a counter. So to defend yourself is to move out the way, block, and add a counter. Counter here is a reverse punch. That was for the face. Now we're adding a double counter. This is for a colored belt, orange belts and above, always with a double counter. Block for the face, two punches. Adding a different variation here. Still a punch against for the face, block, my geri, off the front leg into Zenkutsu with a reverse punch. This one's for you, Nika. The difference here, I'm sure you can see, instead of a maigiri, it's a mawashigiri. The person punches for your face, their chest is open, it's where your mawashigiri goes in, and then followed by a reverse punch. When you're practicing by yourself, you've got to visualize the attack. Next. Punching to the chest. Still using Zenkutsu. We're just taking it that you understand the leg movement here. If you haven't got the leg movement, practice it by yourself until you can be comfortable with that, and then add the Chudanuke. Move out the way. Chest block. Generally be going to the outside. So when you are visualizing where your attacker is, visualizing that you are moving out the way to the outside of their punch. Maybe you can see where when you're doing a reverse punch after you've blocked a chest punch, you don't particularly want to punch into their arm, so you want to punch into their face. Now a double counter using a maigiri off the front leg, followed by a reverse punch. Block the chest punch, maigiri into their stomach, and then a reverse punch into an opening. An attack to the stomach now. It would be a maigiri. Block the kick, move out the way, block the kick, reverse punch. Here we are going to the inside of their kick. Visualize the kick, block their kick, and a double counter if you are a colored belt. These are various combinations of what you can do in terms of your counters. But if you are a colored belt, it's up for you to start to figure out your own combinations. You know the techniques, now you've got to start applying them. We are continuing now with defenses against attacks in Ippon Kumite. This time the stance we're using is a hachi dachi, and we're moving 90 degrees out the way. This works well against a punch to the chest or a maigiri front kick. Use your foot to move your body, and then your hip will follow. Once your hip's out the way, the body's safe. So we're using soto uke block here. Inside of the forearm, we're going to the inside of their punch. Visualize the attacker. Make sure your pullback is working as well. As you block, pull back with the other arm. Feel secure and grounded in your legs, that you got good balance. Now we add the counter. Counter is a urukan uchi. And because you're going to the inside of their technique here, their face is open and the urukan goes to their temple height. Upper body should be relaxed, shoulders relaxed so that Uriken can shoot out. Any stiffness is going to restrict the movement. Still defending against a punch to the chest. Block the same way. Now we grab the attacker's wrist and we're moving in to Shiko, and it's an elbow strike. Out the way. Block, grab, in. Use your body to do that elbow strike. Practice it until you can get it to work. Do as many combinations as you need to get the feeling that it is working. Pull back and elbow strike at the same time. Now we're moving out the way in cat stance. %90 of your weight is on your back leg. Move out the way and Hikyuke open hand chest block. Here, moving to the outside of your attacker's chest punch. Remember, you're doing Hikyuke so you can grab the arm. Move out the way, block. And Mawashigiri followed by reverse punch. If Ippon Kumite is a new exercise for you as a beginner, then just move out the way and chest block. Break it down. If you're happy with the movement out the way in the chest block, then add the Mawashigiri. Try it out. Visualize your attacker once again. We're moving out the way of the punch. We're grabbing and we're doing a reverse knife hand strike into the throat. So you need to grab the arm, pull the person towards you, the head will go back, and the reverse knife hand strike goes into their throat. This time the attack is a maigiri, and the block is open hand palm heel block, blocking onto the kicker's calf muscle on the inside of their leg. The fundamental is move your feet out the way. Now we're using a koke, the wrist to block on the inside of the calf. Use the pullback as well. Palm heel block, still against the maigiri, followed by your counter now, hurricane. Palm heel block, pullback, hurricane. Practice it until you've got it. Imagine the attacker there again. Make it real for yourself. use the ko-uke to block, and once again Uriken as your counter. Practice that until you've got it. Now we're using the Shiko stance. We're moving into the inside of the person's attacking stance. This is used against roundhouse techniques. First roundhouse technique would be a strike to the jaw. Breaking it down here, move into Shiko, block, and strike to the jaw with a ridge hand. Later it becomes one movement, as you'll see, but get that feeling of block and strike. We've been practicing this already. Get the techniques to be simultaneous. Make sure your stance is 45 degrees. Can you see what we are defending against here? We're defending against a mawashigeri, a roundhouse kick. You're going on the inside of that kick, and your block is with your leading leg, same hand, same side of the body as your leading leg, and you're blocking just above their knee. And your counter is a urazuki into their stomach region. Visualize how the kick is coming toward you. Visualize how you're moving in relation to their body. Block above the knee and counter. Practice it until it's making sense to you.